In 2019, a game called No Anxiety surfaced on Roblox, and oh boy was it perfect for some late night gaming. It's a game where you're chosen as a test subject to figure out who's the strongest player in Roblox. That, of course, implies that you have to go through multiple puzzles, like Morse code, obbies, and more. It is a great game on its own, but it might be a bit too hard for when you don't want to do anything. Nevertheless, you should absolutely try. So I'm giving this game a rating of 5 out of 10, based on how likely you are to play it right now. But, of course, I'm just getting started. This was just an example of one of 23 games that I'm about to show you, so stay watching. Hey, what the hell is that game? Oh boy. Second game on our list is Solo, a very unusual game about playing a game inside of a game and gathering masks of people, which means that you have to kill them. But it's really not that simple. You have to play a really weird game of slapping your opponent's hands until they die and yeah, that definitely sounds bad. But, of course, there's much more depth to this game, so this game gets a rating of 7 out of 10. What, you thought I would follow rating order? No, not today. Third game on our list is going to be Deliver Me, Closing Day. A great looking game with a somewhat good story about a closing day of a post service, where our character, who is an employee, has to organize the last delivery. But, later in the story, we actually, kill someone. The game itself is quite simple. You just organize the mail, but it's quite troublesome without any guides, hence why the game gets a rating of 5.5 out of 10. It's really not that great for late night gaming, but you could give it a try. But what if I want something a bit more mysterious? Okay. Fourth game on our list is Thrifting. Thrifting Warehouse, yeah, sure, whatever. On the first glance, it may seem like a typical clothing store game, where you just buy clothes. Yet there's a mystery to uncover via storytelling, like gathering keys and unlocking various doors that lead to God knows where. This game is really that simple, but you may need to use some brain power to connect dots in the story of the game. You could also need a guide, so I'll give this game a rating of 6 out of 10. Fifth game on our list is Scatomaphobia. It is a, tough game to understand. There's a whole story about a village getting ravished by disease, and a gazillion of puzzles to try to go through. Your end goal is to get to the end, but you're gonna have to apply moderate effort in order to get there. Oh, wait a second. Yep. Stop, so what did you say? No, there's a maze puzzle! Yep, that's the worst part of the game, where you have to lead the person through a maze using only text commands. The worst part, though, is that you can't actually see them, so good luck with that. Due to all of that, the game gets a rating of 6 out of 10. The story can captivate you, but the gameplay might be a bit too tough. I wonder if there are any better games than that. Well, 6th game on our list is going to be Time Bomb Madness. Here you have to build a base to protect yourself from the bombs, and you have all kinds of tools to do so. You can either build a huge indestructible fortress, or just kill all of them. That also works. If you do happen to die, you're going to respawn as a time bomb, and you can explode yourself at any time. And of course, your goal is to cause destruction. So this game gets a rating of 7 out of 10. This game is quite unfair to the time bombs, which could have easily been replaced by AI bots, but if it wasn't for that, I would absolutely give it an 8 out of 10. Now, 7th game on our list is Office Day. It's quite literally a game about exploring an office space full of, these dudes who can apparently talk. This game has a lot of funny Easter eggs to discover, but I'd still give this a rating of 5 out of 10. It's just not that great to keep you up at night, but if you like this type of games, then I guess you would like it.
Stop! Just stop!
Are you okay there? When are we gonna continue checking the games out?
Okay, I'm good. Let's go now.
Wait, what the f*** are you?
I am the Lord.
Okay.
Don't mind me. Viper Bread just needed a break, so I'm gonna be replacing him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Found it. Let's begin then. 8th game on our list is Pizza Game Beta. You may think it's a pizza delivery game, but here you kill people. I have no idea why the developer named it like this, but it's a game that is very similar to that one game about a robot going through hell. And yeah, this is basically the same, but here it has its own graphical style, it has great and fair gameplay that won't leave you frustrated unless you literally can't aim, and, of course, the charm. This game receives a rating of 8 out of 10.
Hey! Okay, I'm sorry.
9th game on our list will be Snow Day. As you may remember, Viper Bread talked about it in his most popular video about underrated games, but now things have changed. Snow Day became an active game with seasonal events, updates, and more, but it's still relatively the same, only this time there's more to do. You fight snow dudes with snowballs and hopefully don't get knocked out yourself, and that's simply all. The game has its charm and it's actually fun and would be amazing on a Christmas night, so I'm giving this game a rating of 7.5 out of 10.
Hey guys, I'm back. How's everything?
I guess it's my time to go. I got a video to do, so yeah. Bye then.
I hope he didn't cause you any trouble, did he? Not really. He was cool. Oh, okay, that's cool. Don't forget to check out his channel in the description. But let's continue now. 10th game on our list will be Who Am I? A pretty cool obby game that is essentially a very chill version of those try-hard obby games where you have to break your fingers to make one jump. And here you got a very nice atmosphere, paired with a great soundtrack, some of which I'm pretty sure was made exactly for this game. Oh my god! And of course, somewhat tough hobbies that aren't too hard, but they will keep you up. Okay. Game has a lot of levels to go through, all of them are different in the atmosphere, structure, mood, and other things that make or break your hobby game. This game gets a rating of 7.5 out of 10, but purely because it's an hobby game, with some moments that kind of frustrate you and possibly make you leave the game. Oh my god! Hey, what's wrong? You didn't like the game? No, it's just that my computer died and my phone can't handle shit! Boy, do I got a service for you to try! Allow me to introduce you to a cool service called EasyFun. It is a great cloud gaming service that offers you a very robust customization of controls, while also having a great catalog of mobile games to play, ranging from simple games like Roblox to heavy games that not any device can handle, like these. A very good thing is that you can make your own set of keybinds with a very big variety of what you can do, so you can basically map out the entire game and play it like you would on a computer. What is also very good is that the service is completely free. You don't have to download any games, and there are no restrictions on the regions. And if you are going to keep using EasyFun, it will save the entire keyboard layout, so you don't have to worry about losing it when you come back. I would genuinely say that EasyFun is a great choice, because when I tried to look for cloud gaming services, I didn't get shit. Go check the description for a link. Okay, enough of the games that barely reach an 8 out of 10, and let's talk about some great games now. 11th game on our list will be Alone, a single-player adventure. Yes, that's the name of the game, by the way. And here you uncover a story of our character, who is an employee at a secret laboratory, where you discover that everyone just died, except one guy who will also maybe die. It's up to you to discover. This game gets a rating of 8 out of 10, purely because the graphics and the gameplay aren't that great, but 12th game on our list is going to be Stars Align Engine Demo. If you're a long-time viewer, you may know that I already reviewed this game in one of my previous videos, but they recently had an update that expanded the game to its point where it's an actual game now. But it's still not the game! Well, of course, but it's very close to it, and I really doubt you want anything more complicated than this, right? What? Stars Align is a platformer game where you play as this little guy and your goal is to get all of the stars across many different levels. And you do it purely by jumping, running, and more, the usual platformer stuff. The great part about this game is its charm and how smooth and fair the gameplay is to the player. So this game receives a rating of 8 out of 10, just because it's not an actual game, more of a test demo, but it's very close to the game. The 13th game on our list is going to be The Beholder. Yes, it's just like that game on Steam where you have to spy on your tenants and report all of the information to the government. But here it's just much simpler to play, and I wouldn't say the game lacks anything besides some graphical upgrades. This game receives a rating of 8 out of 10, as it is a very good game to play, but it would honestly be a 9 out of 10 if it looked a bit nicer than this. So the 14th game in our list is going to be One More Night. While it is your typical FNAF gameplay, with flashlight, doors, ventilations, and more, there's also a very good element to this game, a big variety of threats, and what's best is that the jump scares are practically non-existent, so it's perfect for a late night gameplay. This game receives a rating of 8 out of 10, which is very good for an apparent horror game on this list. You would never play a horror game at 3 AM when you want something simple, right? 15th game on our list is going to be Noted Reality, a great story game that doesn't have almost any gameplay whatsoever, but you're trapped in a cell and, you receive a letter saying that everyone outside is now infected. Wow. But apparently you keep receiving letters from a few different people who did manage to survive. This game really does take you through a journey, and in the end you really discover the truth. So, despite the game not having any gameplay, I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. I personally love this game, and I would love to play it again if it was replayable. Also, this game is based on the game called Presentable Liberty, made by creator Vertpol, who unfortunately passed away in 2018. So the only way I can do this game justice is by showing you the Steam page of a remake, so you could wishlist it and wait for the game to come out. But let's continue now. 16th game on our list is going to be Flooded Area, a surprisingly good game despite its simple appearance. You spawn on the map with a set number of props, and you have to use all of them to survive a wave of tsunamis, meteor strikes, and many other disasters. Hey, that sounds like that game about natural disaster survival. This game receives a rating of 8.5 out of 10. 17th game on our list is going to be Death Spelunking. Despite its very silly name, it's actually a very tense game where you have to descend numerous floors of various consistence. And all of them have different tasks to do. You just have to complete them, but... Wait, what's that? Oh, hey there, can we be friends? Oh my god! Yeah, there are different monsters on each floor, and all of them have their unique features, like being invisible, being blind, and other stuff. This game is actually quite deep, but not too much. So this game receives a rating of 8.5 out of 10. Now that we are entering the territory of games that are 9 out of 10 and above. Well, that was quite a journey, right? Okay then, our 18th game on our list is going to be Operator's Demo. It's a heist game, yes, with outdated graphics, yes, but it's still a massively fun game that is good for all styles of gameplay possible. It's really not that simple of a game, while also being very straightforward, but there's some depth to it, so this game receives a 9 out of 10. I personally played it for a little bit too long while making this video. 19th game on our list is Cuando El, or when translated to English, When The. It's a modified version of natural disaster survival with many, and I mean many dumb disasters, like a government-sponsored rain of bombs, a huge destructible tsunami made of bubblegum, and whatever the hell this is. Yes, it's a very replayable game that I personally play with my friends all the time, so you're absolutely welcome to try this game that is an absolute 10 out of 10 to its entertainment and chaos, I suppose. 20th game on our list is Theme Park Tycoon 2. A great game to just chill in and build your own amusement park with a ton of rides that you could place, a huge variety of various decorations, and of course, a total freedom in building. Your goal, of course, is to rake in as much cash as possible, so you can either make people suffer at your park for a fortune that they have to pay in the entrance, or just make a great park that people would love to visit. This game literally has no downsides. It's good in everything, so I'm giving it an honest 10 out of 10. An absolutely amazing game. Now, we're coming very close to our final 2 games on our list, ones that I believe are a must-play. 21st game on our list is Detriment. On first glance, when I saw it, I thought nothing of it, but holy Jesus Christ is this game amazing. It's a mix of storytelling, hobby, world building, and much more in one game. Here we have to traverse many different levels while completing various tasks, and we also follow a story of our character apparently getting fired from his job. The game absolutely stunned me with its quality and also a very good world building, where there are many people you can talk to and actually learn more about the world around you. For that reason, the game gets a 10 out of 10. Absolutely amazing. You must check it out. Hey dude, what's wrong? Dude, this next game just made me think about life, like it's some real deep shit.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
Oh, you're back here again. But you know what? I fully agree, because our final game on our list is Expedition. Jesus, it's beautiful.
Let me do this part real quick, okay?
Of course, man, go ahead.
This game, despite its name that suggests those Antarctica expedition games on Roblox, actually takes place in a certain period of life of a teenage graduate. Expedition, despite being just a prologue and thus being very short, actually manages to recall some amazing emotions within me because of how good this game looks and feels.
Let me just say something real quick. I'm never gonna stop glazing this game because it's genuinely amazing. The graphics are, as you can see, are very good, and the gameplay is, well, a typical gameplay for a story game.
Very true. The graphics are really cool, with all of the little details that you can't really notice, like facial expressions changing the entire game. I wouldn't really say this game is for people who don't like reading, because this game is like 90% about that, but I personally am very into this kind of stuff. Kind of reminds me of that one game about a cat growing into an adult and having no direction in life. The only bad thing though is the gameplay, because there isn't much of it, but otherwise the game receives a deserved 10 out of 10. An absolutely amazing story game.
Very true, because the game makes you think about life, your future, and most importantly yourself in all of its details. So Expedition receives a 10 out of 10. For those who have watched up until this part, you guys are goated. I also want to address my previous video about terrible Roblox games actually being better than great ones. Many people instantly assume that I said that The Fish is a terrible game, but what I meant in reality is that The Fish is actually a decent game. It's not a terrible game by any means, but it's just lacking of any progression, real reward, should I say, when it's compared to other underrated games on the platform that can recall emotions within you and stay a memory that you will remember in a few years. It's terrible. And this is also my last video in this year, so I'll see you next year, and happy holidays. And also, thanks for watching.